Why is the 6.0 not fixed? Am I broke? Do I not know what I'm doing? I don't know, but y'all stay tuned and we'll figure it out. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, don't worry, it's not about the 300. And yes, I have some stuff to go mail out. But it's not about the 300. It's actually about the 6.0. So I'm kind of all over everywhere there. I have to get this stuff all mailed out. I got guys coming to give quotes on concrete for another shop today. I've already had 2 guys out here, and I think I have 3 more will be here for quotes for that. More on that later. Actually, we might talk about that toward the end of this video. I don't exactly know, but nonetheless, like I said, we're gonna go mail this stuff off. I gotta run by the bank, drop off a check, and yeah, fun times. So when we get back, I'm gonna give you all an update on the 6.0, and well, as y'all seen probably by the title and thumbnail, a little bit of explanation, but I gotta get this stuff took care of, and I will catch y'all when we get back. So, why is the 6.0 not fixed? Before we get into this, don't mind this and this. I cracked my screen protector. Not as as extreme case as this, but sort of kind of like it. And on the new phone, the screen protector goes over the camera. But nonetheless, why is the 6.0 here not fixed? It's been a little bit. I've been talking to a bunch of people about the truck because I don't want to just go throwing money at parts and maybe it's fixed and maybe it's not. So, if y'all remember, we pulled this guy out. For those of you who don't know, this is the ICP sensor. Pulled this guy out, did an air test on the truck. Heard a leak at the back of the motor. So, we've been here before. Actually, quite recently. If you know what one of these guys belong to, well, you know. But like I said, we've been here recently. What was it? May? Somewhere in there. We had a failure. Actually, here's another one. Right here. One of these guys. An STC fitting. Snap to connect fitting. Whatever you want to call it. This guy takes high pressure oil from the back of the H-pop and sends it to your branch tube, into the oil rails, and ultimately down through the standpipes, dummy plugs, all that kind of thing. So, well, not likely. These don't really fail that often. But I bought another one, just in case. Because I do intend on buying another 6.0. So, stuff like this, probably going to use at some point. So, like I said, got one of those guys. Pulled the truck apart. As you can see, the moving blanket and the tools on the cow. Pulled the cover off. Did the air test through the ICP port. And STC fitting's not leaking. So prior, when we had this issue, there is an O-ring that goes right here in the branch tube itself. And that O-ring completely disintegrated and it was gone. And we actually found a crack in the STC fitting. So, well, you know, it is what it is. That was right before Music City Showdown. We got the truck back together. It was good. And it's been good. And then, what, a month, maybe a little over a month now, the truck didn't want a hot start. Moved it the next day, and no longer will start at all. So, like I said, we did an air test. We heard a leak at the back of the motor. Pulled the H-pop cover off. You know, kind of looking down around in there, and couldn't find anything. Very interesting. I also have this guy with a camera on it. Run this down in there. If you can see, it's just hanging out there. If y'all probably seen it in one of those clips at the beginning of the video. Run it down around there. Can't see anything leaking. Interesting. So we pulled the pump out. Was looking. I have those right here. Was looking at these O-rings. Nothing wrong with that one. Also, nothing wrong with this one. And before somebody says, well, oh, it might be mushroomed, or, well, here you go. It is not mushroomed. A little discolored, yes, but, you know, whatever. So, Ford, OEM, no issues with that guy. So, we went a little further. We pulled the H-pop out. I don't have the H-pop sitting out over here. It's in a box over here, so no dirt or nothing gets in it. So we pulled the H-pop out. Held my thumb over the branch tube. Air test again. Same leak. So, quite alarming, if you will. So, I do know there is a weep hole in the pump itself at the back in the gear, but like I said, we pulled the pump completely out. And like I said, I held my thumb over the branch tube. We have the same leaky sounds. Also quite interesting. And before somebody comments and says the IPR, well, I have another one. It's got a nice screen in it. It's got a little dirt, so it's been sitting on here. But this one works. This is OEM. Put this in there, no change. Also, in the air test, it's not very loud. So, it's not a very loud leak. Now, obviously, truck was cold when we did the test because it wouldn't start. But, nonetheless, we can't really find a leak in the thing. So, that is, well, it's quite interesting. So, what we're going to do, next step, is we're going to pull the valve covers off the truck at some point when I can get a chance. I put this phone on silent before we started this, and, well, yeah. I've also been talking to people about concrete and getting quotes and, you know, whatever else. So I've been here, there, and everywhere else today. And it's looking like the rest of the week's going to be the same because we're looking at building another shop. Well, I am looking at building another shop, and that's just a whole nother thing. Because I'm looking at expanding the business, expanding powder, maybe picking up some new machinery, equipment, which require new softwares, and this is a whole thing. And it's just me, like it always is. But we got that. We picked up tent for my grandpa's truck, so that'll be coming up here. But when I can get a chance, we're going to come out here. We're going to tear this thing down a little bit further, and we're going to do the same shop air test again and see if we can figure out what is what. Now, if y'all are familiar with these trucks, you know that the oil rails, driver and passenger side oil rails, are the same. But the driver's side, since you would flip it around the other way to put it on, at the back of the driver's side rail is the same plug as this. So we can test that rail individually. But I know it is very rare for the branch tubes to fail in these trucks, but unfortunately, it's kind of looking like that may be the case. So like I said, we're going to, when I get a chance, I'm going to pull the valve covers off this thing. We'll run another test on it. We'll run it through the ICP port. And if we can't find anything, we'll move over to the driver's side. We'll run it through that port at the back that I was just telling y'all about. Check it out. And we'll also, look at everything in there and see if there's anything weird going on. Now, before somebody says standpipes, dummy plugs, this truck, when we had the motor out, I have put 7,000 some miles on this truck since the motor's been out, and we haven't had a problem with standpipes and dummy plugs. They are upgraded, the diesel site upgraded standpipes, dummy plugs. This truck also has the HHC nipple cups. It has new injectors from our friends over at Holders. So really, everything through there should be fine. Now, I was talking to Matt over at Blessed Performance, and he said that it was a good possibility that the pump might have failed. On crank, last time I started this, it would only make 370-ish PSI. That is possible. Last time I drove the truck, I drove it kind of hard, and then got back here, shut it off for 20, 30 minutes, come back out and it wouldn't restart. Went out the next morning and it was slow to start, but it did start. So it is very possible that the pump just checked out the chat, especially with having 205/30s on a stock pump, but we will see. I would like to figure out what the hissing sound is. If I can find a clip, I'll throw it in here somewhere. But I'd like to figure out the hiss, see if we can figure this thing out, because I would like to have this back. And well, I've kind of hinted at the drama from the last month and a half in some of the videos. Well, that is now over, because the source of said drama has been blocked from everything except my phone numbers. So, and that is solely because I'm still trying to get my stuff back from said person. That is nice. Having all my stuff thrown out in my driveway. Well, some of it, because not all of it was brought back. Wasn't exactly the nicest, but nonetheless, we're getting rid of that drama. So that is nice, saving me a lot of money, which is also nice. I'm here more, so I can make more money, which is also nice, and I can get stuff like this done. But to answer the question, why is the truck not fixed yet? I simply haven't had time, because like I said, I've been here, there, and everywhere. It's coming up on holiday season, trying to get stuff done. I'm trying to get ahead, because at some point within the next 6 months, 3 to 6 months, I would like to take a vacation. So I'm trying to get ahead on stuff as I can, and then in turn I'm turning right around and throwing more on top. So that is that. But nonetheless, we're making progress. So we are going to hop back on this guy at some point, get this thing back together. I would like to have this back together before winter is over, because there is a trip that I want to make in this truck. Well, there's actually 3 that I would like to make in this truck before winter's over. One of them I would kind of like to do within the next month. Actually, 2 of them, at least 2 of them, I would like to do in the next month. But there are some trips I would like to do with this truck over the winter. So that is that. We need to get this thing aligned so it quits eating up my tires. 2 of those trips do require me to have a wet terrain tire. So before we throw streets on this thing, I need to get through those trips. But nonetheless, there's your 6.0 update. Now, the Illumiduty, I did get some stuff in today for that truck. I got a powder coat sample for the suspension. The paint sample I ordered like a 2-ounce sample bottle thing. in a speed shape. It got canceled, but there's your hint. And that's all you get for the Illuminati. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I'm hoping this week I can get on this at some point. I've got like 6 different companies getting me concrete quotes. I got a couple different companies getting me metal building quotes. I have to submit for a quote for some other stuff, and I got to check equipment rental and all kind of other stuff for that. So we got that going. I'm looking at expanding powder coat to a bigger oven. That way I can do stuff like these radius arms and axles and all that fun stuff. So we'll see what we can do. Because like I said, I like how I try to get ahead on stuff, and then I get ahead on stuff, and I throw more on top of myself. But nonetheless, we're making progress. Life seems to be much smoother at this point. So I have more mental capacity for stuff like this as well, which is nice. But nonetheless, guys, we're gonna pull the valve covers off this thing. I still haven't gotten around to ordering a pump. If we're being honest, I just haven't. I thought I ordered one the other day, and I sat down in the office and thought, man, I haven't gotten any kind of confirmation or shipping info or anything about this pump. Got on Blessed Performance website. It's still in my cart. So at some point, we are going to get the H-pump, because like I said, it's over there in a box. We'll get it shipped out to Blessed Performance. We'll get a new pump ordered for this thing. They do have them in stock. I was talking to Matt the other day. He said they do have them in stock, which is nice. So, but now I want to see if I can figure out what the deal is with this thing, and we'll go from there. So anyway, guys, I believe that's going to be a wrap for this one. So if y'all enjoyed today's video, maybe you found it helpful, or if you're new here, please get down there, drop me a like, smash that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you feel compelled to. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day.